Hi, everyone. We've reached a moment for celebration in this virtual OFN conference. It's time for us to recognize the recipient of the 2020 Ned Gramlich Lifetime Achievement Award for Responsible Finance. In 2007, the decision was made to name this award after Ned Gramlich, an individual who devoted his life to advancing opportunity financing, a life he shared with his wife, Ruth Gramlich, who I understand is watching the presentation today. Thank you for joining us, Ruth. This Lifetime Achievement Award is earned by individuals who understand the transformative power of capital to uplift communities, who believe in financial opportunity that is ubiquitous and equitable, and who dedicate themselves to advancing economic justice through the work of CDFIs. At this moment in time, I can't think of a person more deserving of this recognition than Inez Long, CEO of the Black Business Investment Fund of Florida, or BBIF. From the moment I met Inez several years ago, I was struck by her directness, her integrity, and her unwavering support of the communities she served. I also knew that as a Black woman, Inez had to overcome numerous barriers, and she has done so with a determined perseverance and a quiet dignity and grace. In choosing her for this award, the OFN Selection Committee recognized the big impact that a small CDFI like BBIF has made through New Markets tax credits and other financing tools, which have been particularly critical for Black and other minority-owned businesses. The committee understood that these accomplishments could not have happened without a strong and visionary leader steering the organization. Inez's influence is not only felt at the local level, but also through her national involvement as a member of the AEO and OFN boards, Fifth Third Bank's Community Advisory Committee, and co-founder of the African American Alliance of CDFI CEOs, a network of loan funds dedicated to closing the wealth gap for African Americans. It is my honor to present the 2020 Ned Gramlich Lifetime Achievement Award for Responsible Finance to my colleague, my friend, Inez Long.
I am humbled to receive this award from my CDFI colleagues. More than an honor of me, this award is recognition that the fight for Black businesses is essential in the finance industry and to the American economy, and that one person can make a difference. The power of one. I started my banking career as a commercial underwriter, then lender. I noticed how extremely difficult to impossible it was for me to get loans approved for the bank's Black customers versus its white customers. This double standard was extremely painful, and it deepened my resolve. Actually, it's what led me to my current job. I was sitting at my desk early one morning and I read the newspaper, and it talked about this new nonprofit that was formed to provide guarantees for Black business loans. So I called that organization and I asked about how I could get a guarantee for my customer. I was able to present my loan request to their loan committee and got it funded. They funded a 90% guarantee to my loan client. And guess what? This client, Mr. Graham, repaid his loan as agreed and remains a successful businessman today. That phone call that I made on that day to BBIF led to them calling me back later and offering me employment with this newly formed small nonprofit organization that had an annual budget of less than $300,000. At BBIF, over the years, in my work of raising and deploying so much capital to Black-owned businesses, I've often felt like a lonely salmon fish swimming upstream against the current. It has felt like I have been trying to help a group of people, Black people, that most other people didn't want to help. Instead, they created embraced, and held untrue notions and biases that Black businesses are bad investments. An investor once told me that if BBIF wanted to grow, it needed to change its mission from Black businesses to minority and women-owned businesses. I am so very thankful to my board leadership, but specifically Mrs. Jacqueline Barr and the Honorable Daisy Lonham, who aggressively advocated and answered no, that BBIF's mission was unfulfilled and therefore it would remain unchanged as is. And I'm very thankful for being recognized today that BBIF's mission, just as it is, matters, and that Black businesses are viable and great contributors to the American economy. Now look at me today. Oh my goodness. BBIF has evolved and it's grown to invest more than $60 million in 655 minority businesses in Florida that have created almost 15,000 jobs. We've also invested an additional 12 million utilizing some of our new market tax credits, of which we have created loan pools that we've invested in minority businesses wishing to purchase commercial real estate, thus helping to minimize gentrification in the communities. I have loved working with each and every one of the Black businesses over the years, from food trucks to restaurants, hair salons, barbershops, pharmacists, and some of the largest Black commercial contractors and engineering and technology firms. These businesses are strengthening local economies. They're creating jobs, they're supporting their families, they're sending their kids to college, and they're creating second generation firms. BBIF has proven that investments in Black businesses is good businesses. Such investments have generated excellent economic impact in communities. Capitalizing and investing in Black businesses is good for every single American. BBIF has also proven that Black businesses do succeed and they do not default on their loans at any higher levels than any other businesses. At BBIF, we have not lost our shirts by investing in Black businesses. Our organization's finances are strong. Our loan losses remain small, and our impact has been great. These businesses that we financed have paid us back. Even when they fell on hard times, they've paid us back. They pay us back because character, in my belief, is really what pays back loans. Now that the state of Black businesses is getting a lot of attention these days, this is a good thing. Hopefully, I will not have to swim so hard upstream because of this. My hopes are that in 2020 and the future, that the painful and racist narrative that Black businesses and people aren't worthy investments stops. It ceases to exist because Black businesses and communities are good investments. I also hope that investors aggressively invest in Black-led CDFIs and minority depository institutions, as these organizations effectively deploy much needed capital into Black communities. And finally, I hope that the finance industry invests in its own social capital. The CDFIs, mainstream lenders, and other partners need to look like the communities that we serve. Front and back offices must include more Black Indigenous, and other peoples of color's voices. We need broader perspectives, experiences, and understandings in all positions. This period of disruption will pass, and I hope that we are a better country for it. Time will tell. But our journey will continue because inclusion matters in America. Inclusion matters. All people are valuable, and CDFIs must continue fighting for the little guy or the underdog, even when it requires that we as individuals be the power of one, that we swim upstream because we can make a difference. We are advocates. And lastly, I am so proud to accept this award on behalf of my staff that has been with me for a long time and of which I am so very proud, and my board and all of our volunteers, and all of the CEOs and professionals that work in Black-led CDFIs and minority depository organizations, and all the professionals that work in mainstream organizations. All these folks that are swimming every day upstream, supporting and advocating for Black businesses and communities. Thank you.